What are you make a few predictions? Of course, I'm gonna come to you for Anarchy again and again.
Hmm. Well, there are quite the new heroes that we do see coming up in the meta. I would say I would be curious to see a Lapu Lapu on the EXP because he's been doing quite great after the new patch update. As for Rome Rafaela, definitely because of her new passive, but other than that, I think most of them are pretty much gonna be the same.
Hmm. Okay, fair enough. I honestly love the fact that the Rafaela is banned out. Pichi, what do you think Untitled should be prioritizing tonight after the recent patches?
Untitled. I'm kind of getting a feeling that onto the marksman we might be looking at a Bruno or maybe a Leslie. So somewhere around the lines they could go in for that. Since you're talking about how those new marksmen got buffed up, and on top of that, let's not forget Shane. Shane is there. His most comfortable hero being the Harriet. I think it should be prioritized.
Absolutely. And I'm a kind of a Leslie main. I mean, I used to be. So we'd love to see, but her execution is definitely on the harder side. She's basically more vulnerable than a Mia even. But so we'll see how that works around. But Bruno is definitely a contender there. So Zero, what do you think? Like, are they gonna prioritize something along those lines, or they're just gonna go for a flex pick?
I would rather, I would say they would be going for flex pick because I don't think picking up something, unless you really are comfortable in going, I don't think they don't have much priority. As of now, I would say they would be looking at what the picks would be and possibly going for more counters.
Yeah, oh, I definitely that's gonna be the case. I'm loving the inclusion of Ruby. Definitely, like I think 3 seasons ago or so, Ruby was basically the all thing. First pick or ban, first pick or ban. Ruby, EXP, mid lane, goal lane. She was everywhere, but she disappeared, and right now this little Red Riding Hood is back again into the meta, and it's nice to see. But banned out, not that nice. But overall, Peachy, we're of course gonna get your favorite hero getting banned out, of course, and
Oh.
I am very. It is pretty funny to see, but Zushin has kind of faced the downfall. Not a bad thing for me. She's not gonna be appearing in matches. She's gonna be appearing somewhere else. But jokes aside, first pick, and then the priorities. Bakshia still a good pick according to you.
Definitely. I mean, come on. If this is again a support meta you're talking about, and Bakshia does serves as a direct counter for those heals. You don't have to pick up a Dom Ice. And if you're on a Bakshia and you pick up a Dom Ice, you should just close the game, get a nap, and then come back.
That is way too specific. Have you done it before? Maybe you have. Maybe you have because taking a nap and come back, that is a very
Yes.
good power nap overall. But let's see what the bands coming in from Untitled is gonna be. Okay. Looks like they leave out a band. Maybe they missed it, or maybe they decided it's gonna be for some form of strategy. So first pick gonna be coming in from Anarchy. A lot of
You know,
potential picks come open. Yes.
Untitled have done this before. They purposely did not ban. Maybe this time around, I'm not sure what went behind the scenes. If this is actually they done it purposely, or is it just them? But this is actually a strategy to open up few of the heroes.
Okay. What do you think, Zero?
Well, that is one strategy that we can talk about. Keeping one slot open gives you, one more slot in securing the meta heroes that you can get. I think almost at least people do it some in some matches of rank. I've encountered it, and I think it is a pretty useful tactic when you're going against strong teams because it kind of guarantees you that you would be getting one or the other meta hero, and maybe supposedly the one that you are aiming for.
And I'm obviously we gotta give shout out to Daki always for a simple reason. She's the only
Yes.
girl in all these boy teams. After all, in a male-dominated field, somehow she's standing strong, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see. I mean, yes, girls are there. There are girls teams in girls tournament, but it's nice to see that she's here all alone by herself, standing strong. But of course, huge shout out to her. Other than that. so far, obviously, the draft has been quite as well predicted, but I feel like since there's a Harith, this is gonna be, I think, the first appearance of a Roger Jungle in this Mythic Showdown season one, as well as after a long while, because Roger Jungler is something that was gone for a long time, like after that previous season. But it's kind of nice to see it back, right, Peachy?
Definitely. I mean, come on. You even yesterday you have seen how the Roger was put onto the marksman lane as well. So he is definitely a flex pick that we are talking about. Now, moreover, here in this game as well, you know the marksman's already up for Shane. The Harrods are already there to get, get a good counter. I was hoping maybe something like an Irithel to be there, but crisis though. This game is gonna get more interesting. Both of the marksmen being on the same plane. I am interested to know who comes up as the first one.
And the Yuzhong for the Farsa. Zero. So far, three priority picks. So what do you think of the draft?
Mm, it's really nice to see the meta changing, and I was hoping that they would pick up a Yuzhong because currently the Yuzhong is quite great in the EXP lane and definitely a good counter for Farsa because you can definitely go in and dive with his Black Dragon form, have her knocked up and everything. But then again, Crisis with that Granger, I feel like that's one of his most prioritized hero going against a Harriet. Supposedly, I don't know if it's gonna be in the mid or in the gold because I've seen some players use the Harriet in the mid lane as well. But I would say it is still quite a a respect that Granger is still getting picked out.
Absolutely. And I'm actually surprised that Uranus was left out open and hasn't been picked up by the either of these teams because right now he has risen up to the ranks of being a very strong contender. So a surprise. Other than that, sorry, Peachy, you're not gonna be seeing a Selena
Oh,
because it's gonna
sad.
get banned out. Ducky is not gonna get her hands because Anarchy has done their studies.
Definitely. And Ray, just on a joke, okay, there are too many animals in the land of Dawn today.
Too many animals. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. There's a cat boy, there's a wolf man, there's a dragon man, there's a bird, there's a tortoise. If the marksman from the hands of Anarchy was also another animal like Irithel, yeah, that would have been fire. But so far, uh, Crisis will break the trends of it. Like, nah, I'm gonna be human boy, and let's see what the next pick is gonna be. If it's another animal, it's basically Zootopia at this point.
And let's jokes apart. The Untitled do have the damage potential, and just pairing it up, yep, which is what they needed. They need some sort of a CC. A chip would have been such a good pick as well, right here. But they went ahead with a Kufra, an underrated pick. But for Untitled, it is not. They are known to pick up those kind of a heroes. Now there are two heroes that can jump up to the back lines for the side of Anarchy. But now Bid as well as Crisis have to position themselves.
Absolutely. What do you think the next pick's gonna be, Zero?
The next picks I'm actually thinking because the Lapu Lapu has been banned out. Might be a Phobias because there is a Harriet up. So could be, but
Oh my
oh
god!
my goodness. Alucard makes his appearance in Hazel Johan. Okay, this is gonna be a very interesting match.
Absolutely. And Alucard and Granger actually have a history. So they're actually like two good pairs. I mean, that's why they have the light bone skin as well, of
Mm,
course. So
yep.
this is a good pairing. But Alucard did recently get buffed. I feel like few adjustments to his cooldowns and few damage adjustment. But how good is it gonna be? We'll probably see. Last pick coming in for the hands of Darky. It will probably be a mid laner. Let's see.
Middle laner, I am guessing such something like a Sicilian maybe for Daki was a kind of a what do you call that? A signature pick for her like just few seasons ago. But since the patches have been reformed and it is just like new heroes coming along. Maybe I want to see something of a surprise, or maybe an Aurora could work very well as well.
Aurora, okay, okay.
Oh,
Finally, actually, it's been a while. It is been a while, and someone has been waiting for this match. Our
yes.
Mikey Kun, shout out to him, our dear caster. He has been waiting to see the Karita. Even I have been. I love fish. Not, I don't like eating fish, but I like fish in this different way. But The thing is, Kadita's weaknesses have been kind of removed because her force swing and the interruption was the main thing. But right now, since it has been improved, I feel like Kadita's effectiveness will be good, especially considering there's a Badang as well, so she can bypass that crowd control and take down, of course, Bid, which is going to be the main scenario. But the draft is done overall, and I feel like both of the hands have good synergies and everything. Few surprise picks and few anticipated ones, like the Kadita and Alucard, make the appearance on the Mythic Showdown Season 1 Swiss stages. So right now, we'll probably head to the Land of Dawn. And Peachy, you can take it over from here with Zero, as you both will obviously be the voice of the arena in the Land of Dawn.
Let's go, let's go. I am curious to know what kind of a gameplay both of the teams will be bringing out, putting a Bakshia onto the road. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the Land of Dawn. This is the first match of the day between Team Anarchy versus Team Untitled. They are here to take away those games. Make your prediction, guys. Is it going to be a clean sweep? Is it going to be a 2-1 in favor of Anarchy or Untitled? And hello, Zero. Welcome back.
Yes, PG. Hi. I was actually wondering the Bakshia pick, right? I think it's a really genius pick, I would say, because for the side of Team Untitled, they have a lot of heroes who have shield and heals all together. The Kadita, the Harriet is there. We can't even forget Yuzhong as well. So his anti-heal properties would be working out quite well. Despite him getting the first pick, I really like the confidence of Untitled still going for the heroes, who are quite countered even a bit from our Bashir right here. But then again, his rotation speed, right? Because of his spinning wheel, his rotation speed is gonna be very fast as well as Farsa. So both of them have quite the mobility around the whole map. And I think Untitled, they might just be out rotated.
That is true. I mean, talking about Anarchy, they have the means to move out, okay, to the mid lane. Naki has to move out of the situation. The passive really helping her, but picked off, looking also 50% of his HP off. He already popped his revitalize trying to save himself, which is a good thing given the fact that he cannot make a trip back to the base and come back. The turtle is up. You're talking about how there is going to be a push and flow, but deadly into the mid lane though. Parsa chunks so much HP chunked away. Farsa has to go back.
Definitely Farsa, she's forced to go back, but then again Bit is refusing because it is the time of the turtle and they need all the 4 members as of now. They need the Farsa and her zoning out with the feathered airstrike, but there we go. Yuzhong going with his Black Dragon form, gets the first blood and has a Bit with the feathered airstrike. That is 1 down, the EXP laner, but then Karita is still going for more. She does go with her rough way, but turtle taken up by Alucard right there. Builds above has to go down to save his teammates, followed up by picked off. I would say that was quite the equal traits coming in.
Damn. That's definitely a lot of trade going down into the hands of Team Untitled, and especially going down into the hands of Kaimuko is probably a good thing. But on to the other hand, Anarchy with the neutral objectives, they made sure to get it onto their hands, which is a good thing. Now look at them; they are moving in quite fast, and Untitled also trying to match up the speed as well. Crisis though, he has to make sure. He's aware. Come on, you play goal laner for so long. You are aware how and when could
You could be ambushed.
the opponent would be coming in. And Kaimiku though, he needs some items. Look at him, first item already done. You're talking about 3 minutes in with the Wind Talker. He's probably going to need some more to actually get a power spike going ahead. Crazy though, he did not complete his shoe, but okay, I do see something into the river area. Not much of an engage.
Yeah, both the teams, they are playing it out safe because they do not want to give unnecessary kills to each other, because it would just rack up their power spike, because all of them mostly are burst heroes, and we all know how burst heroes work. If they get the power spike, then they're just gonna go around having everyone taken down. But then again, Shane is getting interrupted by picked off, gets inside his turret to get away. So he's getting the backup though, and I feel like both the teams, they might be ready for a team fight, but then again, the turtle is about to spawn in 10 seconds. Oh, look at that, PT.
Well, interestingly enough, Johan was the first one to fall down. Untitled are playing under the turret, trying to get as much as HP off of them. Kaimiko jumps in, but picked off already defending his members. They are here, but this time around, Anarchy have to get in because Johan is dead. He's gonna take some time. Kamiko, on the other hand, very focused onto the turtle, into the front lane. You're talking about Deadly, who is coming in, committing towards the marksman, but he needs a little bit of backup. Petrify gone. And there comes the filler airstrike at the very right moment. But Roger, though, getting picked off. The second member to go down would be bid as well. There's a chase for Crisis as well.
Oh my
But into
goodness.
the turret, you're talking about, he cannot go in. Johan, though, he does have something. Look at him getting, interrupted by that bouncing ball. You're talking about Joker going down, but Beelzebub will be able to go in or not.
It would have really fit Joker if he went for the circus clown skin that the Kufra starlight. It would have been really suitable with his name. But then again, that fight around the turtle, I feel like Johan, he was quite impatient by going in first. That too near the enemy turret. That's why they kind of missed out on that turtle. Although they did get up a bit of their economy up, it's still quite a lead for the side of Untitled. But then again, it is quite a balance because they got both the teams, they each got what they wanted. But right now, I feel like Focus is kind of into the goal lane because Crisis is almost close to losing his first top tier turret.
3 for 6 as of now. 6 minutes into the game, you're talking about how the goal lead is going down into the hands of Team Untitled. This is, you're talking about how after the 4th minute of the game, they did get quite a few. Kills, especially onto Johan, but mid lane, the rough face committed. You're talking about Bills, they were looking quite low. Kaimiko jumps in and a perfect jump from Joker. Wait a minute, Johan, will he be able to get a kill? Joker, Kaimiko will be the first one to fall down. You're talking about how Joker is very low. Crisis jumps in, but Zamanfu is also committed onto the top lane, while Shane also trying to survive it all. They don't have the tank, they do have the damage, but no frontliner without the damage won't be such a good thing, but okay. Picked off looking quite low. Deadly jumps in. Wait a minute. Johan still surviving. Look at the fissure. That is so much, life steal. This is definitely crazy.
Yeah, a lot was happening right now in that mid lane. It was too much for us to process. But yes, the follow up after follow up from both the teams, it shows that both the teams, they do trust each other a lot. But as we see, Shane is going with his man force and his chrono dash against two people. Johan, he is caught quite low. He has to get back. Oh my goodness, Shane. I thought he would be taken on by two people, but he proved me wrong. He was just there, dashing around. No one to catch him at all. Alucard was trying his best, but he was just too uncatchable.
Crazy enough, Alucard doesn't do well with one member. He needs a 5v5 situation, a 4v4 situation. And a 1v4 situation works very well for him. Talking about if he's all alone. I like how Alucard has been introduced in this match, coming in from the side of Team Anarchy. And Untitled are actually struggling a bit. Being the only, hard CC coming in from Daki and Joker, they don't have anything other than that, okay? They have to rely entirely on damage, but Anarchy are on top with the damage. Look at them. Kaimiko onto the top lane. And on top of, and let's not forget that Untitled, they're letting Kaimiko go into the team fights, possibly without any window of opportunity, and it's just costing them a lot.
Well, certainly we do see he picked up the conceal instead of encourage. Do you think that kind of affects the whole team gameplay? Because as far as conceal goes, you can go for a surprise attack, but isn't encourage a bit better in this scenario?
Encourage. Maybe not, but they do have enough damage onto their hands, so it is not that kind of a necessary you're talking about. But they need Joker onto something of a flank though. Look at him positioning. He is there for the marksman as of now, but the Lord. It is up. A lot into the land of John. First Lord, you're talking about Joker while taking picked off 5 members onto him. Deadly with the dragon form. Goes in. Crisis will be the first one to fall down. Deadly onto the backlines, doing a godly work. Onto the other hand, Shane getting very zoned out. Kaimuko with that attack speed. The EXP laner would be the second. This is what I was talking about. It did buy out some time, but Kaimuko double kill, looking for the triple. Yup, that's is going to be a triple and a turret and then the Lord.
That was a very deadly dive coming in from Yu Zhong because he completely targeted the marksman and the mage all together, and I think he completed his purpose right there. Right, with the marksman and the mage gone, they do not have the damage dealers. They do not have someone to get their the feathered airstrike to zone them out. So definitely they should have been more careful with their positioning, as we talked about in the starting of the game. And actually a really beautiful engage coming in from Team Untitled, because they just went for the objectives, went for the kill before they could get that Lord, getting a full team wipeout, and because of that they just got an upper hand once again. So definitely Anarchy is facing a lot of pressure now. In this case, what they can do is just wait for that Lord and wait for a perfect moment so that their the whole team could get a good setup from Badang right here. They have to wait for it. Otherwise, I don't think it would be possible, given that there is a Kadita and a Yuzhong all together.
Yep, Deadly once again with the dragon form. The conceal will be popped, making sure the members will be getting an extra movement speed. But the Lord has been committed to with a push. The passive has been blown off. Bottom lane passive still standing strong. There's still just 30 seconds remaining, but mid lane though, it is gone. Hey, Joker! Joker will take perfect revenge coming in, but no, he just spent his resources. The Untitled cannot lane for a re-engage chain with the first one. Kaimiku though is basic attack going in so strong. Wait a minute, Kaimiku, he has to dodge! Oh! And both of the bullets though turning each other onto their hands. This is a 4v3 trade.
You can't escape the bullets from each other. You just went for it. It was all or nothing for Crisis and Kaimku all together. Definitely, and they were quite they succeeded in defending their base as of now. While the side of Team Untitled, they have their whole map in their hands. But then again, Anarchy, they are quite falling around the third objectives at least. Even though they did go for the neutral objectives, did win it out. But I feel like Joker is the biggest hindrance for Anarchy right now, because he's just going with his bouncing ball, interrupting every one of them. So definitely, they can't even mark out Joker because he's a tank. He has to be the last one to get bursted down.
True, Zero, but I beg to differ, yeah. For Anarchy, the problem is Yuzhong. Deadly being very deadly as of now. He's there at the back lines. He's interrupting Crisis. He's interrupting a bit as well. They are not able to deal damage while being in a comfortable spot. They have to constantly shift, and there comes Kaibiko with his skills. So you need to avoid two people there. So Joker, on to the other hand, is spending his resources very early on, which is kind of a problem. I mean, he is using on the frontliners rather than the backliners. So they are covering a spot. The frontliners are getting covered, backliners are getting covered, but for the side of Team Anarchy, it is only Johan. Johan is definitely a problem for Entitled. You're talking about Lightsteel though. He's able to stay in the team fight more than 30 seconds, which is crazy enough. Look at them, Conceal going in.
Yep, they are definitely going in for the Lord. Kainku has to take the Lord before they go for an engage. Alucard is there on the backline. Pickpock gets taken down, followed up by Daki. Beelzebub has to fall down as well. Joker gets taken down. That is a triple kill in the hands of Kainku. Might be going for a Maniac, but where is he? Shane is the one to take Crisis out, and Bit is left alone once again to defend his base. Will the timer be enough? Will he be able to defend before the Lord comes to their base? Or will Entitled just take the whole... Oh my goodness! Bit is not spared. He
No
just got
way.
bursted out. It is GG's for the side of Team Untitled. They take the first match of this best of 3 series.
Holy shit. What a game coming in. And our host, Ray, welcome back.
Hello there. I'm glad to be back, but what a match it was. And honestly, I think a lot of people were putting their bets on the hands of course, Anarchy because their lineup is stacked and much stronger. But I'm really loving to see that Untitled being a team that came in from the wild card. As a team that actually lost their first wildcard matches actually was able to perform so well. And I feel like a few misjudgments came in from the hands of Anarchy, like underestimating the Harith pick, right? I feel like they could have engaged him a little bit better. Yes, they went in with two people, but I don't think it was enough because Harith just absolutely easily escaped. And of course, the Alucard pick was also came out of a left field. Yes, the Alucard has been buffed recently, but it's only the jungling speed. And I don't think jungling speed really qualifies as the best quality for to be. Yes, for tank jungler it matters because they farm slow, but for a
Yes.
DPS like Alucard, I feel like they needed something of a better choice. Overall, the Roger performed really well. Kadita, of course, was also a good pick because she was escaping much better situations, and of course the Harith as well as the Kufra were massive threats, of course, because Alucard has mostly dashes. So I think all those things combined, there was a little bit of draft, but also execution-wise, Untitled was also doing much better. But of course, this is only game number 1. It's still a best of 3 series, and just like Zero said, it could go game number 3.
And one thing about Team Anarchy, they should have swapped the Bakshia and the Badang. I wanted to see a Badang onto the tank, given the fact that it could be, immobilizing them with the walls a little bit, trying to limit the mobility right there, especially for Shane as well as Daki as well. But they needed something to protect the backliners as well.
Yes, absolutely. I think the Badang is still decent, but not the best choice. And I feel like
Yes.
this match kind of cements the fact that yeah, the nerfs are kind of affecting him. But definitely, I feel like execution wise this time around, Untitled just came out on top. Sometimes it's just the execution that's a little bit better overall. And loving the performance from Kaimiku and the resurrection of this wolf jungle back into the land of dawn. Please, I need the rerun of the Transformer series. I want the Granger to Megatron. Please, developers, send
No,
it back. It's been like 2 or 3 years. Like, come on,
Yes,
send it.
yes.
But yeah,
even the Kung Fu Panda. I mean, I want that series as well.
which one do you want? Which one do you want out of it?